Anderson Cooper, AC 360, CNN weeknights 10 Eastern.
Recently, Sharon Angle, the Republican senatorial nominee from Nevada, warned of Islamic law being imposed on Americans. In fact, she indicated it was already happening. Now, there's no video of what she said, just an audio recording. Listen.
We're talking about a militant terrorist situation, which I believe it isn't a widespread thing, but it is enough that we need to address. And we have been addressing it. My thoughts are these. First of all, Dearborn, Michigan and Frankfort, Texas are on American soil and under constitutional law, not Sharia law. And I don't know how that happens in the United States. It seems to me that there is something fundamentally wrong with allowing a foreign system of law to even take hold in any municipality or government situation in our United States.
Okay, wow. Islamic law being forced on Americans in Frankfort, Texas and Dearborn, Michigan. That sounds serious. We decided, to check. Keep them honest. It turns out she does not have her facts straight. Take a look. This is Frankfort, Texas. That's all that's left of it, a church and a graveyard. The city of Dallas actually annexed it in 1975. As for Dearborn, well, it's one of America's oldest and largest Arab communities, but it's still completely under constitutional legal jurisdiction. The mayor, who's not Muslim, is pretty angry at Sharon Angle and has written her a letter saying in part, and I quote, "Muslims have been practicing their faith in our community of almost 90 years without incident or conflict. To suggest that they have taken over ignores the fact that Dearborn hosts 7 mosques and 60 Christian churches." Now, we invited Sharon Angle on to defend herself. She chose not to. I spoke to Dearborn's mayor, John O'Reilly, earlier tonight. Is there Sharia law in Dearborn, Michigan?
No, there's no Sharia law in Dearborn, Michigan. In fact, there's hardly any Sharia law in the Middle East. Only about 3 countries actually still carry that out.
Has there been an effort by anyone in Dearborn to get Sharia law instituted?
Oh, no. It isn't even talked about in Dearborn. This is an invention of some people who have, as their goal, they believe that the Muslim faith is a false faith, it's dishonest, and they really believe at the heart of it, by their own avocation, that if Muslims won't convert, they should be removed from America.
What percentage of the population in Dearborn is Muslim?
Well, we don't have an exact number. In the last census, 30% of the population was Arab American, but that means that, and many people don't realize this, but there are other faiths represented in the Middle East, and particularly in our area, the Chaldean, which would be people who were formerly in Iraq, and the Lebanese Christians, which migrated here in the middle of the last century in large numbers when Syria was occupying Lebanon. They make up a pretty substantial number, but the majority will be Muslim.
If you do go online, though, there's a number of incidences, a number of videos which really are attributed to one group that has been, I guess, appearing at an Arab American festival in Dearborn, I guess over the last 2 years. This year, There were 4 of them, 4 Christian missionaries. They were arrested while trying to, they say, share their faith at the Arab festival in your city. I want to show you a clip that's gotten, I think, some nearly 2 million hits on YouTube. I'm sure you've seen it. It's from the same festival in 2009. It's the same Christian group. Had issues with security, and the security does seem kind of overbearing. I just want to show the video.
I'm not with those. I told you don't videotape them. I told you I break the camera for you. Trust me, I will.
Sam.
See this?
Okay, stop. Break the camera. Stop.
Okay, don't videotape.
Hey, you can touch my camera. This is America.
I don't care.
You cannot touch my camera.
So what happened there? Do you believe this group is being fairly treated? Because if you look at this on the internet, it says, look, it kind of basically Sharia law here in the United States.
Yeah. It's heavily edited. This group has their own agenda. But I want to stress, first of all, that this is not a city-sponsored event. This is an event put on by the American Arab Chamber of Commerce and Access, which is a social services group. It's their event. It's facilitated by the city because it's in our town. But you have to understand, they suggest that Christians aren't allowed at the festival, and quite the contrary is true. Christians are active participants in this event, including proselytizing to Muslims about Christ. So that goes on at this festival every year and has been going on. And of course, if you watch the selections and the edited versions that are shown on the YouTube, you'd never know that there is in fact active proselytizing going on.
I know you were planning to send a letter to Ms. Engel inviting her to your city. Have you sent the letter? Have you heard from her at all?
Yes. Yes, I haven't heard from her yet because I mailed it today. I had to, I composed it and mailed it today. But it invites her, and it does explain. I wanted to give her some background so she'd be better informed. And I'd like her to take it up, but I know she's a little distracted right now. She has a lot on her plate. But I still would like to have her come out and really see for herself what our community is like, because it's very diverse. It's really a microcosm of American society.